Have you ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels, stuck in the same place day after day? You know there's more out there for you, but somehow you can't break free. Maybe it's the weight of your responsibilities or the fear of what's ahead. But let me tell you something, if you felt stuck, you're not alone. It's a feeling we've all experienced at some point when the dream seems just out of reach and the grind feels endless. But here's the question you need to answer. Are you going to stay stuck, or are you going to do something about it? Because the truth is, the choice is entirely in your hands. We live in a world that constantly tells us that everything's supposed to be easy, that we're supposed to be comfortable, and that we shouldn't rock the boat. But the real cost of staying stuck, of letting yourself remain in this place of stagnation, is much greater than you think. It's the cost of never reaching your potential. It's the cost of never taking that first step towards something bigger. And here's the reality: if you ignore this, if you let yourself stay in this comfortable cage, then you deserve to stay stuck. But if you choose to break free, to take that step forward, your life will never be the same. Being stuck doesn't just mean you're in a bad place physically. It's not just about being in a job that doesn't fulfill you or being in a relationship that holds you back. Being stuck is a state of mind. It's when you're emotionally drained, when you're spiritually hollow, when you're mentally paralyzed by fear. And I need you to realize something right now: this stuck feeling, it's all within your control to change. You can break free from it, you can change your reality, but you have to own it. You have to accept that only you have the power to move forward. There's one truth that, if you understand and accept it, will set you free. And that truth is simple. The only thing that stands between you and the life you want is the decision to take control. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect circumstances. You need to take responsibility for where you are and for where you're going. So here's my challenge to you: stop making excuses. Stop waiting for the right time. If you ignore this call to action, you deserve to stay stuck. But if you're ready to change, to take control of your life, then your journey starts right now. What are you going to do about it? Personal responsibility is a concept that gets thrown around a lot, but do you really understand what it means? It's easy to say, "I'll take responsibility," but it's much harder to truly own your life. Personal responsibility is about more than just saying, "I'm in charge." It's about actively taking control of your circumstances and stopping the endless cycle of blaming others. It's about accepting that your life, your choices, your actions, everything that happens to you is ultimately your responsibility. No more excuses. No more blaming the economy, your boss, your family, or the world for where you are right now. You have to stop pointing fingers and start pointing them at yourself. You can't control what other people do, but you can control how you respond. You can control the actions you take from this moment forward. That's where your power lies. So let me ask you, how many times have you blamed someone or something for why you're not where you want to be? Maybe you've blamed your circumstances, the economy, your lack of opportunity, but here's the truth. As long as you keep blaming, you stay stuck. Blaming others is a defense mechanism. It's your way of avoiding the hard truth that you have the power to change. Stop playing the blame game. Stop letting external factors dictate your internal state. You have everything you need within you to succeed, but you can't access that power until you stop making excuses. Taking personal responsibility is the ultimate secret to growth. It's the secret to everything you want in life. Think about it. When you take responsibility for something, you stop being a victim. You become the solution. You shift from being reactive to proactive. You start making decisions that move you forward instead of waiting for someone else to make them for you. It's not easy, but it's the only way to grow. Here's the thing about personal responsibility. It's the ultimate key to freedom. It's the key that unlocks the door to your future. When you take responsibility, you take control. You're no longer at the mercy of circumstances or other people. You hold the keys to your success. It's time to stop letting fear or doubt control you. It's time to start owning your choices, your actions, and your future. So ask yourself, what's it going to be? Are you ready to take ownership of your life, or will you continue to make excuses? The truth is, when you take responsibility, you gain the power to change everything. You gain the power to make better decisions, to take bold steps, and to turn your dreams into reality. But it starts with you. You can't wait for someone else to change your life. You have to do it. So what will it be? Will you own your life and take charge, or will you keep blaming the world for where you are? The choice is yours, and it always has been. Comfort zones are one of the most dangerous places you can be in. They feel safe, right? They're familiar. They give you a sense of security, like everything is under control. But that comfort, it's a trap. It's a slow, silent killer of your potential. You've probably heard people say, It's not about comfort, it's about growth. And they're right. Comfort zones are where your dreams go to die. They keep you stagnant, unwilling to move, unwilling to take risks. But here's the thing, comfort is the enemy of growth. Nothing grows in a comfort zone. Not your career, not your relationships, not your mind, not your soul. Growth requires discomfort. It requires pushing yourself beyond the familiar, beyond the easy. It requires stepping into the unknown. The moment you choose to stay comfortable is the moment you choose to stop growing. And here's the catch, if you keep choosing comfort, you'll never reach your full potential. Ask yourself, what's the real cost of staying comfortable? What's the price you're paying for avoiding discomfort? You might be avoiding risks, but you're also avoiding opportunities. You might be avoiding failure, but you're also avoiding success. The cost of staying stuck in comfort is the cost of your dreams slipping further and further away. Growth isn't easy. It doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you decide to face discomfort head on. It happens when you stop avoiding the hard things and start embracing them. Do you want to grow? Do you want to change? If you do, then you have to leave your comfort zone. You have to take the first step into the unknown and trust that the discomfort is just a sign that you're on the right path. Think of it this way. Growth is like a plant. A plant needs sunlight to grow, right? But the sunlight is outside of its safe space. It's outside of the shade. It has to stretch out and take a chance to reach for the light. If it stays in the shade, it will never grow. You're the same. If you stay inside your comfort zone, you'll never see the growth you're capable of. You'll never know how high you can climb. So here's the ultimate question. Do you want the safety of staying stuck in the same place, or do you want the success that comes from stepping into the unknown? Do you want to stay comfortable, or do you want to live a life that challenges you, excites you, and pushes you toward greatness? The choice is yours, but remember, growth happens outside the comfort zone. So are you ready to step into it? Are you ready to leave the safety of stagnation behind and reach for the life you deserve? It's time to make that choice. Playing it safe is one of the most seductive lies we tell ourselves. We convince ourselves that if we stay in our comfort zone, if we stick to what's familiar, we're somehow protecting ourselves. But let me tell you something, playing it safe isn't protecting you. It's destroying you. It's keeping you from the life you deserve. You think you're playing it safe, but really you're just playing it small. Think about it, how many people do you know who are stuck in mediocre jobs, relationships, or situations because they're too afraid to take risks, too afraid to step outside their comfort zone? Playing it safe doesn't get you the life you want. It keeps you in a cage of your own making. And here's the hard truth. If you keep playing it safe, you'll never break free. Let me ask you this. Where would we be if everyone played it safe? Where would the world be if everyone avoided taking risks? Would we have airplanes? Would we have the internet? Would we have any of the breakthroughs that have changed the world? No. Risk takers are the ones who change the world. Risk takers are the ones who push the boundaries and create the future. But here's the rub, taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means stepping out with confidence despite the fear and trusting that you can handle whatever comes your way. Playing it safe is the real risk. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually locking yourself in a cage of mediocrity. The risk of staying safe is far greater than the risk of taking action. So ask yourself, what's the cost of playing it safe? Is it worth it? Is it worth staying stuck, never reaching your full potential, never taking a chance on the life you deserve? Or will you break free from the chains of fear and doubt and take the leap? Will you take the risks that will lead you to greatness? Playing it safe will keep you comfortable, but comfort doesn't lead to success. Success comes from taking risks, from stepping into the unknown, from embracing the challenge of the unfamiliar. So what will it be? Will you continue to play it safe, or will you step into your power and embrace the risks that will lead you to your dreams? The choice is yours. When you take responsibility, you take control. It's that simple. You don't just live by chance or react to circumstances, you become the creator of your life. Personal responsibility isn't about being perfect. It's about owning your decisions, actions, and outcomes. It's about understanding that no one is coming to fix things for you. You're the one who has to step up. Reflect for a moment. Are you taking full responsibility for your life, or are you waiting for something outside of you to change? The moment you accept responsibility, the moment you stop blaming the world, is the moment your future starts to look different. Because only then can you take the actions necessary to turn things around. How often do we look around and blame someone else for where we are in life? The boss who doesn't appreciate us, the economy that's not working in our favor, the parents who didn't give us enough support. We all have our reasons for pointing fingers. But let me tell you something, blaming others is the quickest way to stay stuck. It's a trap. Every time you blame someone else, you lose your power. You hand it over to the person, the situation, or the circumstance you're blaming. And that keeps you right where you are. You're not moving forward. You're not growing. You're just spinning your wheels, hoping someone or something will change, but nothing ever does. The only person you need to look at is yourself. It's time to ask, how many times have you blamed someone else for your failures? And more importantly, how many times has it actually helped you move forward? It's not the solution, it's the problem. Let's face it, no one is coming to save you. No one else can change your life. No one can wave a magic wand and fix everything. The truth is, you are the creator of your reality. And this is where the power lies. The power to shape your future, to design the life you want, is in your hands. But that can only happen when you take full responsibility. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for every mistake. No. It means accepting that everything you're experiencing today is the result of the choices you've made up until now. You are not a victim. You are a creator. You have the power to change. The moment you accept this truth, you stop waiting for someone else to make things happen. You realize that no matter how hard life may be, you always have the ability to take the next step, make the next move, and create your own path. So I challenge you, what would happen if you took full ownership of your life? If you stopped blaming anyone or anything and just took responsibility for the next step, no matter how small. Personal responsibility goes beyond just acknowledging your mistakes. It's about accountability. When you take responsibility for your actions, you are not just accepting what happened in the past, you are taking charge of your future. Accountability is the catalyst for growth. It forces you to look at yourself honestly and ask, what did I do to get here? And here's the key, that question leads to solutions, growth, and movement. When you blame, you stay stuck in the same pattern over and over. But when you take responsibility, you move forward. No excuses. No waiting for the perfect moment. Accountability is what will push you to the next level. It's like a key that opens the door to new opportunities and possibilities. Without it, you're stuck in a cycle, trapped in a box of your own making. Think about it. Does the excuse help you move forward, or does it keep you exactly where you are? The truth is clear. It's the responsibility you take that will propel you forward, and the excuses that keep you frozen in place. The moment you embrace responsibility is the moment everything changes. It's the tipping point that shifts your entire mindset. When you take full ownership, you stop waiting for things to happen to you. You start making things happen for yourself. And that shift in thinking has the power to transform everything: your career, your relationships, your health, your finances, your happiness. Take one area of your life right now, any area, and decide to own it. Maybe it's your career or your relationships. Maybe it's your health. Own that part of your life completely. Stop blaming external factors and start taking charge. The more you do this, the more empowered you will feel, and the more control you'll have over your future. Let me ask you, who's really in control here? If it's not you, then who? Now is the time to take that first step and start living a life that reflects the power you have within. The comfort zone is where you feel safe, where things are predictable and familiar. It's that space where you don't have to worry about surprises or challenges. But here's the thing, the comfort zone is also the place where nothing changes, nothing grows, nothing moves. It's a space that promises security, but at the cost of your potential. It's like a cage disguised as a sanctuary. You stay inside feeling protected, but you're not really living. Ask yourself, why are you settling for this comfort? Why are you afraid to push yourself into something unknown, something that might challenge you, stretch you, make you uncomfortable? Because here's the hard truth. If you stay where it's safe, you'll never know how much more you're capable of. Comfort is a double-edged sword. On one side, it's warm and inviting, but on the other side, comfort keeps you stuck. It keeps you from the very thing you want, growth. Think about it. When was the last time you grew by staying comfortable? When was the last time you moved forward by staying exactly where you were? The truth is, growth doesn't happen in a place of comfort. Growth happens when you push through discomfort, when you face challenges, when you dare to go beyond the safe zone. Comfort means no challenges. Growth means discomfort. So which one do you want? If you want to stay comfortable, that's fine, but don't expect to grow. And if you want to grow, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Imagine comfort as quicksand. The more you stand still in it, the harder it becomes to break free. Are you ready to break free? Staying in your comfort zone feels safe, but it comes with a price. The longer you stay there, the more you trade your potential for a false sense of security. You're not growing, you're not progressing, you're simply maintaining, and that's not enough. You might think it's okay because you're comfortable, but let me ask you, What are you really achieving by staying there? What are you holding back by staying where it's safe? If you don't push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. The hardest part isn't trying and failing. It's not trying at all. That's where the real regret comes from. Regret isn't something you feel when you push yourself and fall short. Regret is when you look back and realize you didn't even give it a shot. So how much longer will you allow yourself to live in this false sense of security? How much longer will you let comfort control your life and keep you from discovering what you're really capable of? The comfort zone might feel like a sanctuary, but it's nothing more than a self-made prison. It's a cage that you've built with your own hands. It's a place where you settle for mediocrity, where you convince yourself that being safe is enough. But here's the truth. Safety doesn't bring freedom. Challenges bring freedom. Growth brings freedom. True freedom comes when you step out of that comfort zone and into the unknown. The comfort zone is the prison. The growth zone is the freedom. If you want to break free from mediocrity and unlock your true potential, you have to step out of the comfort zone. You have to be willing to face the discomfort, the challenges, the fear, because that's where true growth lies. So I'll ask you again, are you ready to step out, or will you stay stuck in the prison of your own making? The first step toward real change is the hardest, but it's also the most important. You have to make the choice. You have to decide to take that step, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because once you do, everything starts to change. It's the act of breaking free that sparks the transformation. So take that step today. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for the fear to go away. The real change begins when you break free from comfort, and that starts now.
Playing it safe is a lie. It's a comforting illusion we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort, but let me tell you something, the world doesn't reward safe people. It rewards the risk takers, the dreamers, the ones who dare to step into the unknown. Look at every successful person you know and ask yourself, did they get there by playing it safe? No, they took risks, they faced fear, they embraced uncertainty, and that's why they stand where they do today. Playing it safe is the reason you're stuck in the first place. You've been holding yourself back thinking that safety would protect you, but in reality, it's been the thing keeping you from greatness. Think about it. What could you be achieving right now if you weren't so focused on playing it safe? The real question is, what are you willing to sacrifice to avoid discomfort? Because that's what safety is really costing you the life you're capable of living. We all have fears. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Fear is natural and it's a powerful force. But let me ask you this. What are you really afraid of? Are you afraid of the possibility of failure, or are you more afraid of the certainty of staying stuck? You see, fear will always be there, whispering in your ear, telling you to play it safe, to avoid taking that first step. But what would it feel like to move through the fear, to take that first step despite it, to act, even when you feel the weight of fear on your shoulders? Because that's what courage is. It's not the absence of fear. It's the strength to lift that weight, to move forward anyway. Don't let fear paralyze you. Let it push you to act. Fear is heavy, but courage will lift it. Here's the hard truth. By choosing safety, you are sacrificing your future for temporary comfort. Safe is the enemy of growth. If you keep choosing to stay in your comfort zone, you're giving up the chance to grow, to evolve, and to achieve something greater than you ever thought possible. Ask yourself, do you want to look back on your life and say, I played it safe? Or do you want to look back and say, I took risks, and that's how I grew? The price of security is steep. You trade your potential, your dreams, your future for a fleeting sense of comfort that won't last. Safe may feel good in the moment, but it leaves you stagnant, stuck, and unfulfilled. Change is scary, yes, but it's the only way to unlock your true potential. So ask yourself, are you willing to stay stuck, or will you take the first step into something bigger? Staying in your comfort zone is like a slow death to your potential. You might not realize it, but every day you choose safety, you choose to stay stuck, and staying stuck is no way to live. Life isn't about staying the same. It's about growing, evolving, and constantly moving forward. But when you stay safe, you remain in the same place. No progress, no excitement, no real change. You're playing it safe, but you're also playing small. You're wasting your potential. Imagine the regret that will build over time, knowing that you could have done more, could have been more. How much longer will you live in this fear? How much longer will you waste your potential, stuck in the comfort zone? The trap of safety isn't just about staying still. It's about allowing yourself to slowly die on the inside. You owe it to yourself to break free.
Here's the truth. Real growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Risk and growth go hand in hand. The moment you step into that space of discomfort, you are stepping into the possibility of becoming something more. You can't break free from the trap of playing it safe without action. You have to make bold choices. You have to push past the fear. You have to take that first step and then keep walking, even when the path isn't clear. Today is the day you stop playing it safe. Today is the day you start growing. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for the fear to go away. Step into the unknown and see what happens. The risk may be high, but the reward is worth it. Take the leap. Your future depends on it. You can plan. You can strategize. You can dream all day long, but none of it matters until you take action. Think about it. How many people do you know who've talked about their dreams, their goals, their big ideas, but have never acted on them? They talk a good game, but they never get anywhere. Why? Because talk is cheap. Action is the only thing that makes things happen. Action is the bridge between your dreams and reality. It's the missing piece that turns your vision into tangible success. Without action, all your plans, all your thoughts, all your ideas are just daydreams. And the truth is, we've all been there. We've all held back, waiting for the perfect moment, for everything to line up just right. But here's the truth, there is no perfect moment. It's all about making the decision to act now. So let me ask you, what have you been putting off? What dream, what goal, what idea have you been waiting to act on? The time to move is now. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the action you haven't taken yet. Fear, it's that little voice in your head telling you you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that it's too risky, too uncertain. And because of fear, so many of us sit paralyzed. We hesitate, we overthink, we delay, and before we know it, we've done nothing. Fear convinces us that waiting is the safer option. But let me tell you something. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never be ready. Waiting is the real enemy. You just have to act. Taking action is like jumping into a cold pool. It's shocking at first, uncomfortable, even terrifying. But once you make the leap, once you push through that initial resistance, you start to adjust. The cold becomes bearable. And before you know it, it feels natural. The fear never fully goes away, but your ability to handle it grows stronger with every step you take. So what are you waiting for? What's really stopping you? Fear or the decision to act despite it? Momentum is the magic that happens once you start. That's when things begin to move, and everything starts to fall into place. When you take that first step, you unlock the power of momentum. The hardest part is the beginning, but once you're moving, you'll be amazed at how things start to happen. Inaction, on the other hand, keeps you stuck. You stay right where you are, waiting for the perfect moment, for the ideal conditions, for everything to line up just right. Newsflash, there is no perfect moment. The perfect moment will never come. It's only when you take action that things begin to unfold. Every successful person, every person who has achieved greatness, started somewhere. They started small. They started scared. But they started. Action is the only thing that separates the successful from the stuck. So let me ask you, do you want to keep waiting or do you want to start moving? Momentum doesn't build itself. You have to start it. Self-doubt. It's that voice in your head that says you're not ready, you're not capable, you should wait. Self-doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers in your ear, making you question your abilities, your choices, your future. But here's the thing, self-doubt isn't the truth, it's a lie. And you know what? You have the power to overcome it. The key is to take control. What will happen if you take that first step, despite the doubts? What if you prove yourself wrong? Action is the sledgehammer that brings down the wall of self-doubt. Every time you act, every time you push through that fear and take the leap, you chip away at that wall. And one day you'll find that the wall is gone and what's left is a new version of you, stronger, bolder, and more confident. So do you want to keep questioning yourself or do you want to take the leap and prove yourself wrong? Here's the thing, action is the key to your breakthrough. Without it, you'll stay stuck in the same place, in the same cycle, living the same life. But with action, everything changes. Right now, there's no reason to wait. You don't need a perfect plan or perfect circumstances. You need to act. And the best time to start? Right now. There's no better time than now to take that first step, to break free from the cycle of hesitation and self-doubt. If you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to stop playing small, then take action. Don't wait for the stars to align, make your own momentum. Today is the day you make the decision to start. Right now is your moment to move. Don't waste it. Take that first step and watch how everything else begins to fall into place. Success isn't about being born with some kind of special gift or talent. No, the truth is that anyone can start, everyone has the potential to begin a journey. But here's where most people fall short.
They quit. They stop when it gets hard, when the world tells them no, when the obstacles pile up higher than they expected. Let me tell you something. The ones who finish, the ones who succeed, are the ones who keep going. It's not the quick starters, it's the ones who persist. Talent will only take you so far, but persistence will take you the rest of the way. The road to success is not easy. It's not about being the fastest, the smartest, or the most talented. It's about being the one who doesn't stop. So let me ask you, when things get tough, when the world throws its worst at you, what do? Do you quit or do you push through? Because let me tell you something, quitters stay stuck. Persisters break free. You have the power to push through and overcome anything. The question is, will you? Setbacks. They happen to all of us. We all face them. The road to success is never straight. It's full of detours, dead ends, potholes, and obstacles you didn't see coming. But here's the thing, setbacks are not signs of failure. They are part of the journey. They are the tests that tell you whether you're serious about your dreams or not. It's not about avoiding failure, because you will fail. We all do. It's about how you respond to it. That's the true test. When life knocks you down, will you stay down? Or will you rise up and keep moving forward? How many times have you given up when things got tough? How many times have you let a setback stop you in your tracks? Let me tell you this, the people who get ahead are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who get knocked down and get back up. Every single time. The ability to bounce back after a setback is what separates winners from losers. You will face challenges, but you can choose how you respond. If you keep pushing, you will rise above it. Stay strong. Be resilient, because resilience is the foundation of success. Persistence is the fire that burns away the obstacles in your path. It's not always easy, it's not always quick, but it is the key to overcoming anything. The reward of persistence is success, and it's a reward that comes only to those who refuse to quit. It's easy to throw in the towel when the road gets rocky, but let me tell you something, you will break through, you will succeed, but only if you refuse to quit. Your breakthrough might not come today, it might not come next week, but if you keep going, keep working, keep pushing, it will come. And when it does, you'll look back and realize that every setback, every failure, every time you wanted to quit, it all led to this moment. The greatest rewards are reserved for those who stay committed, even when the going gets tough. Your persistence will pay off, even if it takes longer than you expect. Keep pushing. Your success is just around the corner. When you quit, you lose more than just the opportunity. You lose the lessons. You lose the growth. You lose the chance to achieve what you truly desire. Quitting doesn't just stop you from reaching your goals. It robs you of the transformation that comes from pushing through adversity. Let me tell you something, quitting is easy. Anyone can quit. It's the easy way out, but that's not what you're made for. You're made to fight. You're made to persist. And when you stay in the game, even when it gets tough, that's when the magic happens. That's where your true growth happens. So here's my challenge to you. Will you stay in the fight? Will you keep going, even when it seems impossible? Or will you give up and let everything you've worked for slip away? The choice is yours. But let me tell you this, if you choose to stay in the fight, if you choose to persist, your victory will taste so much sweeter. Keep going. Don't quit. You're closer than you think. If you ignore this moment, if you keep putting it off, then you deserve to stay stuck. Let me be clear. If you continue to resist change, you're choosing to stay where you are. But if you embrace it, if you take action, if you choose to move forward, your life will never be the same. You will transform. Everything you want, everything you've been waiting for, is on the other side of your decision. This is your moment. The only one who can change your life is you. So I'll ask you again, what are you going to do about it? Will you keep living in the same place, stuck in the same cycle? Or will you take that first step into something greater? The power is in your hands, right now. Let's recap the key steps to break free. First and foremost, you have to take responsibility for your life. You are the creator of your reality. Own it. No one else can do this for you. Stop waiting for someone to come and change your life. The power is in you, always has been, and always will be. If you want change, you have to be the one to create it. Now let's talk about comfort zones. We all love the comfort of familiarity, but that comfort is what keeps you stuck. Growth never happens in your comfort zone. It happens when you step out, when you face the fear, when you choose the hard path over the easy one.
That's when you grow. And remember, planning means nothing without action. You can dream, you can strategize, but if you don't take action, it's all just a wish. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And persistence is the secret sauce. The road to success is full of obstacles, but it's the ones who keep going, the ones who don't quit when things get hard, who make it. Your success will be built on consistent effort. Keep pushing forward, even when it gets tough. You have the power to break free. Now it's time to step into it. The choice is yours. Take control now, or stay stuck forever. The only thing holding you back is you. No one is coming to save you. This is your responsibility. You want a different life? Then make a different choice today. Will you rise to the challenge, or will you keep making excuses? Your future is shaped by what you decide to do today. So what are you going to do about it? Are you ready to take action, or will you let this moment slip away? The time is now. Make it count.